Welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Inter Miami CF, SC Palmeiras, a FIFA Club World Cup Group A 2025 match. Miami, if they win the group. If they draw, they still advance as a second place team. Even if they lose, they might still advance. Same with Palmeiras. With that being said, here we go. Inter Miami CF contra SC Palmeiras. Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA. Grupo A, fase de grupos. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. We're going to see how this goes. Should be a fun one. Miami, Palmeiras wearing their white jersey. Miami wearing their pink. They have not worn anything but the pink this tournament. We'll see if that changes. In Miami, they are. Miami's hosting in their own city. Not their own stadium, but their own city. Starting 11s are as follows. For Inter Miami, we have Oscar Ustari, the back four of Marcelo Weingart, Thomas Aviles, Maxi Falcon, and Noah Allen. The midfield for Talasco Segovia, Sergio Busquets, Federico Redondo, Tadeo Allende, and the front two, Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. For Palmeiras, in goal we have Weverton, the back four of Joaquin Piqueres, Mario Sequeira. We have Gustavo Gomez. We have Marcos Roca. The midfield two are Richard Rios, Lucas Evangelista. The midfield attacking three are Facundo Torres, former Orlando player. So he has a feeling about Miami. I'm sure that's not positive. Rafael Veiga, Estevan, and Jose Lopez. I got 2 shots on target for Messi. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. That's a good bet. I would agree with that. So, Miami v. Palmeiras. Both teams very likely will advance. They have the catbird seat of advancement, both these teams. But does Miami take the group win? Or will it be Palmeiras? We'll find out. Should be interesting. 90 minutes of football to finish off Group A on both. On both parts of the group, both games. So we'll see how the second half or these games go. Starting 11 for Miami. The team in pink. Ustari, Allen, Falcon, Aviles, Weingart, Segovia, Busquets, Redondo, Allende, Suarez, Messi. For Palmeiras, Weverton. Back four. Piqueres, Murillo, Gomez, Rocha, Evangelista, Rios, Torres, Vega, Estevan, and Lopez up top for Palmeiras. Two games going on at the same time. Tomasz Wiakowski, the VAR referee. Simon Marciniak, the center ref of this match. We're ready to go. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. 2 matches. Jonathan David might be going to Juventus. Well, it's better than Turkey. Juve merda. Juve merda. But it's better than Turkey. Juve merda. Oh, Stacchio. Oh, Alali Porto. Okay, I was like, oh. Well, Stacchio's finally starting at the Club World Cup. Well, here we go. We got this final game of the group phase, and we're off. Miami kicks off. 90 minutes to see where this goes. Alali versus Porto has kicked off as well. About on time with each other. Okay. Okay. Miami v Palmeiras. Miami looking to get out of the group. If they get a draw, they will get out of the group. If they lose, they could still get out of the group, depending on the result. If they win, they'll win the group. How we doing, Henry? So, it's not out of the realm possibility. This could be a very good night, a very historical night for Miami. Very likely will be a historical night for the club. The question is how historical will it be? For CONCACAF, for Miami, for MLS, how historical will this be? The first time an MLS team has advanced to a deeper round of the Club World Cup can happen if Miami so does not totally implode tonight. So it's Mexicans versus Saudis. At the Gold Cup, yes. At the Gold Cup, yes. I guess also Pachuca's playing Al Hilal later this week, so okay as well there. But on the final match day of the group stage, we will be live for that game. Because I can. 2 minutes in. Does it matter, just like the Seattle game? No, it doesn't. But it's Pachuca. Maybe they get out there with some pride. Who knows? Same as Seattle. Tomorrow we're doing the Gold Cup, Group C and Group D. Or Group C and B. My bad. Group C and B. Why are they so weird? Wednesday we have a Toronto FC game, and we'll do the Monterrey Urawa game as a double. Thursday we'll talk about the final 2 groups of the Club World Cup. Who the USMNT get? Costa Rica. 3 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. Palmeiras. Both teams would be happy with a draw if they got one. I think so, at least. 3 minutes in. Playing forward. We got Palmeiras on the ball. Palmeiras on the ball. Mascherano managing the Miami team. What's your prediction? 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw. Cross in. Header. Save. Ustadi. Facundo Torres. Yep. Maybe he shows his hate for Miami tonight. Who knows? Should be interesting. Playing forward. 5 minutes in. Well, good for you. 5 minutes in. Congratulations. 5 minutes in, 0-0. 0-0. Playing forward. 6 minutes in of this match. As of now, Palmeiras, Miami, 1-2. Porto, Al-Ahly, 3-4. Six minutes in. Pushing forward, Weingart. Allende, foul, free kick for Miami. Torres gives up the foul. Not a good start. Why not? Not a good start. Played forward, brought down. Oh, it was put up and then went backwards. Busquets, man, if Messi was on the end of that, that could have been magic. 7 minutes in. Could have been magic if Messi was on the end of that, but he wasn't because, I don't know about of course, but either way, Suarez on the wing. Yeah, that's a genius idea. Suarez sitting on the wing. That's a genius idea. Eight minutes in. People have already gotten those Miami third kits. Could have sworn they weren't like truly out yet, but okay. 8 minutes in. Playing forward. Messi tips it forward. Shot blocked away. Shot wide. Did Miami have a third kit last year? They had the Miami Vice kit, but was it? Oh, they had the Dolphins colored one. Yep, okay. Yep. 9th minute, they had the Dolphins colored one. Sounds like they're in Brazil. Well, yeah. The Brazilian fans always show up well. Playing forward. I was talking about the new one. Oh, they did. Oh, they did release the new third kit for Miami. Oh, it's been out for like 10 days, 11 days. Oh, well, there you go. 10 minutes in. It is pretty cool, though. Why wouldn't he be? Messi's playing, and it's a FIFA game. Why wouldn't he be? I don't like him either, but plays over the top. Messi has the ball, plays it backwards. No foul. Goes down, no foul. Palmeiras the other way. I mean, I don't like Infantino either, but of course he's there. Where'd you think he was going to go? Seattle? The Rose Bowl? Behind, out for a goal kick. Where do you think he was going to go? Like, of course, Infantino was going to be there. I don't like him either, but playing forward. 11 minutes, 0-0. Miami's playing well, but I think both teams are probably okay with a draw because, I mean, that's good for them. Speaking of, still 0-0, Porto Alali. So, for Canadian fans, good day. Miami fans, it's a good day. Palmeiras fans, I guess it's a good day for you, but, well, they do have a good fan base, so I won't go there. But either way, I think a lot of people who aren't Palmeiras fans are not rooting for Palmeiras. But as long as there's a draw, I guess it's all good, you know? Guess it's all good. 12th minute. I think a lot of people want the draw. Well, Messi haters and Palmeiras fans, yeah, true. But either way. Twelfth minute. 0-0, 0-0. Miami's doing pretty well. Palmeiras has had their moments. Looks like a very good game that has good defense, but can be open if they wanted it to be. 12th minute. I wouldn't say that. I don't know what. No, I wouldn't say that. But just imagine, what if Miami got Botafogo? What if Miami won the group and got Botafogo? What if that happened? I have a feeling that they'll pull Argentina 2022 for Messi. As long as they keep it close. As long as they keep it close, they'll pull Argentina 2022, the round of 16, to get Miami to the quarters. Well, I mean, a draw helps both teams. Now, Miami versus PSG might just be a slaughter. Again, same thing might happen here, though. If Miami keeps it close and Palmeiras does something questionable in the opposite box, in their defensive box, it's going to be a penalty for Miami and they win the game. Not because Miami wants it to be that way, but FIFA does. So, and Messi, I don't know if Messi will take that one per se. We'll see. He'll take one against Botafogo to win the game for sure. Here, he might let Suarez take it. We'll see what that does. Weingart. Oh, he almost. There's a pen Messi shooting. He hasn't taken many for Miami. Only the pressure ones. Does he consider that one a pressure one? if a draw gets them through, does he consider a penalty somewhat late on against Palmeiras a pressure penalty? Does he, though? It depends on what he considers a pressure penalty. Now, if they got a penalty against Botafogo, say they win the group somehow without that, they play Botafogo, they get a late penalty with a 1-1 draw to win the game in regular time. Yeah, Messi will take that one. Depends if he's fine. Then again, I don't know. Maybe Messi's not fine with second place. Maybe he would take a late penalty against Palmeiras to win the group. Maybe he does call that a pressure penalty. I'm not sure. Weingart with a throw-in. So far, Miami looks slightly better, in my opinion. Again, Palmeiras has their moments, though. Cross in. Allen. Trailing Esteval, who will soon be a Chelsea player as soon as this tournament's over for Palmeiras. Not at this tournament, though, but on the upcoming season. So I should say when this tournament's over for both Chelsea and Palmeiras, he will be a Chelsea player. At the doorstep, header, brought down, cleared by Rayado. And here comes Miami. Tadeo Allende! Allende! Goal! Miami! Tadeo Allende! 1-0! Miami! Tadeo Allende! Goal! Once against the run of play. A ball over the top, and Tadeo Allende scores for Miami. What a run. No way, no how. All he had to beat was the keeper, Weverton, and he did it. Tadeo Allende. Goal. Boom. What a play. What in the world's wrong with Porto? They're a clown show. That's what's wrong with them. How's Miami doing this? Well, that was just a good goal. The free kick was a really good goal, and that was a foul. The Segovia goal was a good goal, and they somehow didn't lose to Al-Ahly. They've actually really earned this so far. The bullshit will come in soon, though. The bullshit will happen soon, but they've actually earned all this so far. Tadeo Allende. 16th minute, Tadeo Allende. 1-0. 1-0. What a play. Suarez with the assist. Over the top. Boom. Over the top. Boom. And then just flick it on to Allende, and he's on the run. Well, that was the League's Cup. FIFA can't rig this for Miami. It's impossible. And besides, so far, it's been pretty damn fair. Like, Miami's earned this. They had a really good draw against Al-Ahly. Penalty save. Defense locked down. 0-0. Even, fair, no bullshit. Porto. The ball into Segovia. Beautiful goal. The free kick. That was a foul. Should have been a free kick. It was. Can't let Messi have one right at the top of the box. He popped it home. 2-1. That. Clean. It's not bullshit yet. Well, that sounds fun. Don't forget the mosquito spray. Don't forget the bug spray. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't forget the bug spray. Just to be careful. Just don't forget the bug spray. Because you're still going to have to wear short sleeves because it's still warm at night. Yeah, don't forget the bug spray. I wouldn't, but... Well, I mean, they won the Supporters Shield, technically. They did do something in the host country league to get this spot. So, a roundabout way, no, it's not. And then, well, I'd rather be Miami than LA Galaxy right now. Over the bar! Goal kick. They shouldn't even be here. Well, in most countries, if you win the table, you win the league. So, in a European sense, they did that. Host country gets a spot. Supporter Shield is technically the way leagues are won in most countries. It's not a bad call. I mean, we know why they did it, but in theory, it's not totally bullshit. It's not totally bullshit. Now, the problem with it is we didn't know how the hell they were going to allocate the spot until they saw, oh, here's what Miami won. So that's the bullshit part of it. But in theory, though, I mean, the fact Al-Ali just scored on Porto, 1-0 Al-Ali. Hey, Canada's getting Eustachio back for the knockout stage. Go beat El Salvador. We'll find out together. By the way, we're getting Eustachio back. But tonight's a beautiful night. Miami's going to top the group, and Eustachio's going back to Canada. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's good for me, at least. I mean, true, you're right, to an extent. Because they waited so long to make the call of how to allocate the spot, it is bullshit. But if you look at it from a European point of view, Miami won the league. Like a normal league. They won the table. Host nation gets to choose how to take their spot. Technically, I mean, it was kind of bullshit, but who does Miami play in second place? If Miami finishes second, PSG. If they win the group and hold on, they'll play Botafogo. Porto Yolares. They've been doing well, so I can't complain. I mean, Miami games get me more views, so the deeper they go, the better for me. I'm not really a Miami fan. I'm just saying business sense-wise. The longer Messi goes, the better. So I guess, yeah, I'm rooting for him to a certain extent, you know? I don't want them to be frauds. But if they are frauds, I get to let rip on them, so. It works both ways. Then I just lose the views once they screw up. I wouldn't say I'm a Miami fan, but I know numbers. Well, I know enough math to know Miami going deeper into tournaments is good. I know that, so it is a good thing. And you got to strike while the iron's hot. So when they screw up, you know, yeah. I can add. You know, I can add. I know that Miami going deeper is a good thing. For my sake, at least. I wouldn't say I'm a Miami fan, but I'm definitely a fan of good fortune. You know, I'm a fan of good fortune. Yeah, and how would the Galaxy have done? And yeah, no, my question is how would the Galaxy have done if they did it the right way, if they gave it to the MLS Cup champion? How would they have done? Their heads would have been chopped off. I think in the end, the bullshit decision ended up being the better decision, ironically enough. Like, the correct decision would have been ugly, would have been absolutely ugly. So it all played out to where, is it bullshit? Miami's here? Sort of, yes. To a certain extent, you don't win the league in MLS by winning the Shield. So, yes, it's bullshit. But in the end, the bullshit decision ended up being the smart one. That rarely happens. That rarely happens. So when it does, you got to be like, well, okay, fine. Fine. It's fine. Because goal differential. Because PSG beat the shit out of them. Because they all had 6 points. Botafogo beat PSG. PSG beat the shit out of Atletico. Goal differential, Botafogo above. Even though Botafogo lost to Atletico. But Botafogo lost to Atletico less worse than how Atletico lost to PSG. That's the way I take it. Because head-to-head has to be the first tiebreaker, which that's weird. Now, that's weird. Like, everybody else does goal differential. Hell, doesn't even the actual World Cup do goal differential? It's not like the head-to-head actually helps Miami. Well, at least in theory, I don't think it ever... I mean, now, yeah, it does. The situation we're in, yeah, it does. But we were in going in, does. But who would have thought that was going to be the case? If that's what they did it for. They probably will. Yes. 1-0 Miami. You do know there's a host nation spot, right? You know that the USA had an extra spot because it's in the USA. That's how they got in. By the host nation spot. Yeah, they didn't win CCL, but there's a host nation spot, and they won the Supporters' Shield, which was enough for that spot because they technically won the league. Oh, Porto drew 1-1. They're drawing. A Porto goal from Mora. 1-1. Not that it matters. Miami's still winning the group. I told you, goal differential. Do both teams need to win? I mean, it's partially true, but there's a host nation team. They won the Shield. In most countries, doing what Miami did is actually winning the league. So in European minds, they won the league. If you want to go about it the European thought process way. So it's not like they just got put in because Messi is Messi. They won the Shield. They won the league. They won the season table. They didn't win the MLS Cup, but they won the full season table. So in the end, I mean, yeah, they're there because Messi won the Supporters' Shield. And yeah, it took them until the Shield was won to give the spot. Bullshit. But the content of the pick is not bad. It's the way it was done. It was the way it was done that was bad. The fact that the Shield winner went is not a bad thing. It's not a bad pick. That's how most countries would do it. It's the fact they waited for 9 months till the Shield was won and was like, you know what? We're going to just make sure that this doesn't blow up in our face. Give it to Miami. And that they didn't even wait for MLS Cup, which I guess was even worse. But I guess was even worse that they didn't wait for MLS Cup. Because if they did, then we'd have a problem on our hands. I think what made it look worse is the fact Atlanta happened. If at least Miami got to the conference final and then went out there, you'd be like, okay, fine. The Atlanta thing made it look worse. Because guess what? That was before the international break. So it happened right after that happened. If they waited for MLS Cup, then, well, I guess it wouldn't have been as bad. But the way they went about it was bad. The idea of what they chose to send wasn't. Both could be true. Both could be true. Both things could be true. Huh? Probably. Well, I mean, yeah, they wouldn't have won the Supporters' Shield. They wouldn't have been good enough to be top of the league or the top of the table if they didn't have him. So, yeah, in a roundabout way, they wouldn't be here. A roundabout way, if Messi wasn't playing for Miami, they wouldn't be here. Because they wouldn't have won the Shield because they wouldn't have been good enough. And also his friends wouldn't have been there that helped them win that Shield. So, yeah, in a roundabout way. they wouldn't have been here if he wasn't here. Nobody would give a shit about this tournament if he wasn't here, though. So 1-0. Well, except the South Americans. They love this tournament. Lovely. They love this tournament. Don't blame them. They've done a really good job with crowds. 1-0. Palmeiras are pushing now. Tim Weah's going to Forest. Good. Hopefully he does better than Gio Reyna. Dominic got hurt. Yeah, because the... Yeah. I would say USA, Costa Rica, or, yeah, USA, Costa Rica. I'm starting to think it might be that. It might be tough. I watch FUTEBOL Americas, and I'm starting to agree with Casey Keller. It might be tough. It might be tougher than you think. I think Herc was agreeing with him as well. No, they would have got smashed by everybody how this year's going. Once Anselmi gets fired from Portugal, he'll be coaching Santos because Liga MX has no morals. Well, you know what? That's good punishment, though. Going to Santos. If you thought Porto ruined your career, Anselmi, Santos will. Oh, just wait for Santos. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Man, how the mighty have fallen. Like the early 2010s, Santos was on fire. How the mighty have fallen, though. They're horrible now. Over the bar. Santos Laguna, not Santos de Brasil. For the Brazilians. They did get relegated, but we're talking about Santos Laguna of Mexico. They used to be really good for a while, early 2010s. I should know. They killed Toronto FC during the Champions League 2012. They killed them. We had them. Away goals, we had them. All we had to do was not allow a goal, and then we allowed multiple goals in the second half and got our heads splattered off the ground and lost the semifinal. I remember. And then the same year, wide past the post. And then the same year for the group stage of the next Champions League, we had Santos who got our heads smashed against the wall once again. I mean, that team did suck, but yeah. But they also wouldn't have won the Shield if Messi wasn't here. So a roundabout way, yeah, no, it's because he's here. Now, the way they went about it, the problem is how FIFA went about it. The problem is how FIFA went about putting Miami in. As soon as they lifted the Shield, it was like, they're in. As soon as they lifted the Shield with one match to go, because they were playing their last match in Toronto. No, wait. No, decision day was in Miami, actually. So, no, it was the last day of the season. And they'd just beaten the Revs. But, yeah, the way they went about it was bad. But really, did you really want the LA Galaxy in this tournament? That would have been horrible. So, in the end, the bullshit decision and the bullshit timing saved CONCACAF and MLS from being totally embarrassed because, well, LAFC and Seattle ain't pulling their weight, aren't they? 33rd minute. At least the Mexican teams are, well, no. Monterrey's pulling their weight. Pachuca, no. So that's 4 out of 5. That's 3 out of 5. If LA Galaxy was here, that would have been 4 out of 5 CONCACAF teams getting embarrassed. In the end, I think the bullshit decision was good for CONCACAF. Now, nobody knew how bad the Galaxy would be this year, but especially how bad they have been. But if you can't win any games in MLS but one, what makes you think you'll do anything here? Oh, and also only one Champions Cup game. Right. 2 games. 2. That's it. 2. Yeah, what makes you think you'll do anything here? Well, it was the host slot, not the Champions League. See, the USA never hosted a small Club World Cup. And back when you won it and when we won it, it was never a big Club World Cup. So y'all got hosed. But the only way a CONCACAF team could have made it back then during the small era was the Champions League, which Toronto almost did. This close. 34th minute, cross in, header by Aviles. That will go wide. Can he clear it? 1-0, 1-0. Miami is doing well, though. I mean, won't be long till he gets fired. Yep. No, wait, that was BMO Field. My bad. No, the LA Galaxy game was at Sky Dome. Both Santos games were at BMO. They did play at Sky Dome during that run, but that was against the LA Galaxy. That game was pretty good, though. They did take out the Galaxy, though, that year. That was pretty fun. That was funny. I loved it. I thought we actually could win. And then we were only, as long as we kept the away goals lead and kept it tied, we would have advanced to the final of the 2012 Champions League. We got splattered off the ground in the second half. That being Toronto FC against Santos. We got splattered off the ground. That was not fun. 36th minute. Doesn't matter. They still suck. He'll be fired in 3 months. That's how they work, don't they? And then Anselmi takes over and gets punished. Porto tied it. Exactly. Now, the 2024 Galaxy probably would have done somewhat well. I think they would have at least fought. But this Galaxy, no. No. 36th minute, 1-0 Miami. Because they did. Because that's how it went. Also, Herrera played for Atletico as well. Yeah, he did. And then he went back to MLS. And now he's in Mexico. Again, which... Yeah, but managers normally don't go somewhere immediately after they get sacked. They take about 6 months to lick their wounds. So that's about good timing. That's about a good time frame. If they let the Santos manager go to December, Anselmi gets fired here, unless somebody else snaps him up in October. Well, you know what? There you go. That works. See? That works. If you do the math, probably will be. If you do the math, he probably will be in January, the Santos manager, if you do the math. 38th minute. Well, fair enough. Okay, that was a bad choice of words of immediately. That was a bad choice of words. Fair enough. In December. At the latest. From October to December, Anselmi will be named the new Santos manager from somewhere between October and December. Probably December, but I'll give myself that room. October to December. From the October Fecha FIFA to December. There you go. You're welcome. From there. I remember, yeah. I remember. Well, I mean, he already did technically with that Arab Club Champions Cup, but he's probably leaving, so no. "39th minute. 1-0 Miami. Palmeiras are pushing, but Miami is held firm. Playing forward. Good job, Falcon. Good positioning. The Santos players are nothing like Pele. We talking Santos Brazil or Santos de Laguna here? Or Santos Laguna here? Just making sure. Like, yeah, no. I mean, Santos Brazil's players are not like Pele. No, they're not. Not even like Neymar. Oh, wait, Neymar's back there. I forgot. Messi ain't even got one shot. There's still another half. I don't think nobody thought Miami would be in the lead this early, though. I don't think anybody thought that would happen. So score effects, of course he doesn't have a shot. They got the lead early. Palmeiras are starting to build. It's more of a thing where we'll see if he gets a couple of chances against the run of play. Hell, the first goal was against the run of play, even though Miami looked better. I'd still say Miami are the better team. But if you really want to think about it, I mean, score effects, right? It's not surprising he doesn't have a shot. It's not surprising. 40th minute. 5 minutes to go before stoppage time, and then stoppage time, then yeah. '40th minute. Esteval. I expected better out of Esteval. You know, okay, I'm a bit worried for Chelsea. You know, I'm a bit worried. Did we just get... I agree. It should be WrestleMania, Super Bowl. Yeah, I agree. But no, of course they don't, because they don't know how to do anything but glaze Messi. Oh, it will be when he's there. Oh, if Messi makes MLS Cup, oh, it will be. But, other than that. Should MLS Cup finals have halftime shows? No. No, they shouldn't. I didn't like it when Copa did it. I don't like it when the World Cup did it. Well, in theory, though, if Esteval is as good as they say, he should be owning Miami. Because Miami's defense sucks. Like, I'm not saying I'm judging him on one game. I've seen him play a couple. But if he's the next man up, as they say, he should be owning Miami, right? I mean, I thought he played... Okay, I did think he played well against Porto. I did. But that was always going to be a bit tough. He did run well. He did have a couple of chances. If he plays more like that with Chelsea, we're good. But the fact you suck against Miami... I get he's young. Sometimes you're going to have those games, but if you're as good as you say you are, right, you should be cooking Noah Allen. I know he's good this year, but you should be cooking him if you're that good. Also, Maxi Falcon, you should be cooking them, and you're not. Why shouldn't I be a little bit suspicious? Why shouldn't I be? And also, I mean, just look at every player Chelsea's bought the last 3-4 years since Bowley's came in, right? They've been freaking... Besides Cole Palmer, Chelsea have legitimately been absolutely fooled by every player they've bought. Mudryk. Goes without saying, right? Trash and then gets suspended for drugs. Steroids being. Sancho, that didn't do well. At least he scored a goal during the Conference League final. Neto, he's had his moments, but Noni, Well, not as good as we expected. Jackson. Yeah. Delap, hopefully, we don't know yet. We don't know yet, but 1 assist. There's still time. There's still time for him. Cucurella, okay, he did fine, but I wouldn't say he's closer to his prime. Reese came through the academy, so Robert Sanchez. Yeah, no, we got fleeced for there as well. We got fleeced there as well. We got fleeced. Chelsea's gotten fleeced way too many times under Bowley, is my point. Dude ain't cooking freaking Noah Allen and Maxi Falcon. I'd be a little bit worried, even if he did play well against Porto, and I saw him play well against Porto. I'm still a little bit worried. Miami only defending the lead. Well, I mean, hey, if they win, if they defend the lead and win, they win the group. Maybe you defend the lead instead of open up and get owned. Maybe you see it out and see how the half goes. That's not a foul. Get up. Get up. 1 minute of stoppage time. Get up. Well, I mean, the World Cup is bigger. Messi got a yellow card. Messi gets a yellow. Okay, that's the only thing he's done all night. Well, Suarez assist. Messi helped, but really, dude. Rios, no, I don't think that's it. Nope. Allen almost got him again. And they're going to pull back on Rios and check on him. And he's still down. He's still down. Get up. Get up. That wasn't a foul. Messi got a yellow card, but it's only his first. It's only his first of the tournament. He'll play the next game. How much disaster would that be? How much of a disaster would that be if he missed the next game due to yellow card accumulation? Two minutes of stoppage time. No foul on Miami. Good call, because that wasn't a foul. 1-1 for Porto Alali. So good news for Canadian fans as well tonight. Okay. Should be halftime soon. And it is. 1-0 Miami at the half. Allende with a goal. 1-0, miro tiempo. Uno a cero, miro tiempo, 1-0. Miami has the lead. 45 minutes to go. The UCL's bigger than the Super Bowl. Well, duh, it is. Duh. That's two different sports, but yeah. Al-Ali's ahead again. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. A penalty scored by Ali. Wassam Abu Ali scores the penalty. 2-1. And Al-Ali has the lead. Good. At least Eustachio is going to be back for Canada for the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. Lovely. And the knockout stage. I watched both. I watched both. Halftime. Let's see if they're at half in the other game. Yeah, I think that's the way it should be. Like, I respect both. I respect both. I respect both. I still prefer Cristiano, but I respect both. '49th minute. Yeah, then why? Well, true. That is true. Didn't Bad Bunny show up once at a Super Bowl halftime show? Didn't he? Once? I will say there has been a good run of Super Bowl halftime shows recently. There's been a good run. Like Bruno Mars. Wait, no, Weekend. Did he even? I think Bruno did do one though, didn't he? My bad. It wasn't that recent. The Weekend. That was a good Super Bowl halftime show. Eminem. The LA hip hop 90s Super Bowl halftime show. That was good. That was good. Eminem. Dre. That was good. That was good. Then what was the year after that? What was the year after that? Oh yeah, Rihanna. Rihanna and then Kendrick. Those were some good Super Bowl halftime shows. Halftime, 2-1 All Ali Porto. So I'm not looking forward to Jay-Z having the damn halftime show at next year's Super Bowl, though, if that's true. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to it. Halftime, 2-1 All Ali. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Miami is 45 minutes away from winning the group. You love to see it. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats of the half. We're back for the stats of the half. 58% possession to 42% possession. 4 shots to 10. 1 shot on goal to 1. 263 accurate passes, 87% to 173, 86%. 4 fouls to 4. 0 corners to 5. 4 shots to 10. 1 shot off the goal to 6. 1 shot on goal to 1. We have 303 pass to 202. 87% pass accuracy to 86. 1 offside to 1. 1 yellow to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 1-0 at the half settle. 1-0 middle tiempo. Miami leads. Miami líder de partido. With that being said, Miami, honestly, I'd say they're the better team. They started out better. They played better. They got the goal against the run of play slightly, but they were still the better team at the time when the goal went in. I think score effects have taken effect in this game. Now that Palmeiras is down, Palmeiras trying to figure out how to get the goal to tie the game up and get back to the top of the group. But Miami right now are doing what they need to do to end up getting this game a win and topping the group. I think overall Miami's doing their job. So we'll see how the second half goes. But for now, all my teams crashed out. But we'll see how the second half goes. We got 45 minutes left in this game. And we'll see how the second half. Austin 316. Yeah, I would say Austin 316 with how snappy it was and how it defined an era and saved the WWE from going bust and turned it to what it is today. It's got to be Austin 316. Was it really good promo work? No, it was a snappy line, short promo, but it encapsulated an era. It made sure WWE never died. And we are where we are now because of it. Now, actually good promo. Well, I'm not going to say Austin 316 was a bad promo, but there are better promos content-wise and longer. Like the pipe bomb. Punk's pipe bomb, but promo. But it's got to be the impact on the industry, Austin 316. Actual content, Punk's pipe bomb promo. Trying to think here. What would there be? With a tear in my eye, Hard Times, Dusty Rhodes. Well, there you go. Hard Times definitely is up there, but it's got to be Austin 316. That was a good promo. Honestly, well, yeah, Mark Henry, Salmon Suit definitely is up there. I would say greatest segment, Daniel Bryan, Occupy Raw, Yes movement. Everybody runs into the ring. A lot of segments on that run where Daniel Bryan became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, like a lot of those segments are all up there. Like, it wouldn't have worked if it wasn't so awesome. That was a match, so that doesn't count. Yeah, I think, yeah. That was a match. The ending of it, yeah, sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if WWE would be around anymore if Triple H won King of the Ring when Austin did, if the curtain call never happened. I don't know if we'd be here right now talking about Triple H. I don't think we would be. The Attitude Era started because Austin had that moment. I don't think Triple H would do anything of the sort. He wasn't really even the character he got famous for being. He was just Triple H, but he was sort of transitioning from Hunter Hearst Helmsley to DX to the Game, but he wasn't the Game yet. He was Shawn Michaels' best friend. Like, there's still a little bit of Hunter Hearst Helmsley in there. I think the curtain call saved wrestling. Let's be real. I think the curtain call and the fact that Triple H took the punishment for it saved wrestling, or saved the WWE and turned it to what it is today. I don't think the WWE would have had the Attitude Era if if the curtain call never happened, because then he would have won that King of the Ring, and then I don't know where we would be. I think in the end, I think things happen for a reason, and there you go. Yeah, that was an amazing match. But he was talking about segment, which isn't really a match, but not a promo either. Vega is off for Mauricio at 45 minutes. Second half about to start. So you can't exactly... I think Al Ali's going to win that game. Porto's a clown show. Miami, we'll see if they can hold on against Palmeiras. Palmeiras kicks off, second half underway, 1-0, 1-0. Worst year of WWE history. 2019. WWE 2019 was the worst. 2009 was still better. 2019 was the worst. It just was. Like, after Kofi Mania, like, seriously. Like, Kofi Mania was the only good thing about 2019 in WWE. Like, after that, and Becky Lynch, until they had Seth team up with her. That was horrible. I don't know if it's Seth's fault or that was the booking's fault. Either way, I'm not too sure where to put it. But 2019, especially summer, fall 2019, Jesus Christ. My God, that was bad. Even NXT was getting boring. I think that was what we were talking about with Mick Foley and... Or is it Undertaker Shane? No, was there only one table? Either way. Undertaker Shane, there's always one spot in there. Undertaker Shane, that was crazy. Shane's crazy, man. Some of the shit that man did. And still would do if he wrestled again. Dude. I got mad respect for Shane. He doesn't have to do all that, and he does it. I would say Vaudevillains. I loved that. Like, I was a fan of the Vaudevillains, you know? That was amazing. Like, I liked Aiden English as a singer. But then they did the short film, silent film thing with Simon Gotch. Like, they worked that well. Like, I would say the Vaudevillains. Yeah. Rusev Day was awesome too, but I'm talking about like the Vaudevillains era of those two guys. It's a really good gimmick, and I think they got wasted on the main roster. But they were amazing. Still 2-1 All Ali, Vaudevillains. I liked Fandango. I never thought it would be bad. Like, I always liked Fandango. His gimmick. Or that gimmick. It was awesome to see him come back to NXT a couple of months ago. 2019 was still worse. You mean 1997? I don't know. I think things went the way they did for a reason. 49th minute, Miami playing the ball around the top of the box. 1-0 Miami. Messi. Still Messi. Messi shot, save, Weverton. So playing forward, Palmeiras on the ball. '50th minute. '50th minute. Oh, yeah, speaking of, I just heard a rumor that Denny Bawanga might be going to America. Just so you know. We got Allende on the ball. It was rigged. Like, no, if Miami wins, at some point it was rigged. So far, it's been fair for Miami. But at some point for Miami to win this thing, it's got to be completely rigged. 2022 might not have been rigged. This would obviously be rigged if Miami went and won the whole thing. You can't be that bullface about it. You can't. I don't care that Messi's on the team. You can't be that bullface about it. Right now, it's fair. Right now, Miami winning the group has been all Miami. But at some point, if you want Miami to win this whole thing, you're going to have to rig the tournament. And just start calling everything against anybody else. It depends. Playing forward. Segovia doesn't get there. Like, seriously. It's going to say it was rigged if Miami won. You could say 2022 was rigged. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think Argentina won fairly. But you could not say, oh, 2025 Club World Cup wasn't. No, it was. Like, it would be. Like, you would be able, like, without a shadow of a doubt, if Miami wins this tournament, good for my numbers, good for my views, not good for the integrity of the game. Be like, well, you know what? No, this is rigged. Yeah, probably. Playing forward. Shot! Wide. Wide for Allende. He almost got his seconds. But no. Pretty much. Like, I don't think 2022 was rigged. I don't think the 2022 World Cup was rigged. But I will say, without a shadow of a doubt, if Miami wins this Club World Cup, good for my views, it was rigged. Not yet. Not yet. They look to be winning the group fairly. We'll see what happens with the quarters. If they play Botafogo, would it shock me if it was 1-1 around the 80th minute? Somebody gets taken down in the box. It was a soft touch or a soft foul, but they look at it on VAR and let Messi take a penalty and win 2-1. No, it wouldn't shock me. Hell, it probably would happen. Hell, it's probably going to happen. I mean, Miami's done well against Palmeiras, so tied the last 10 minutes of the game. Somebody from Miami goes down in the box. They check it on VAR. Miami gets a penalty. Miami wins by a goal and then goes on to the quarterfinals. And then we see what goes on and happens there. I'm sure it's going to happen if they want Miami to win this thing. But what about, like, earning the round of 16 win? 0-0 through 80 minutes or 1-1 through 80 minutes and a foul in the box that's pretty soft would probably be enough for FIFA to say, hey, make the damn call. Make the damn call. If Miami's within touching distance and they just need a little bit of help to win the game in the round of 16, that'll happen. Same. Then the quarterfinal, they'll probably just be like, oh, they're playing. Oh. Okay, yep, nope. Every call goes against this team. And then same for the semis. And then same for the final. And then we'll see what the hell happens. No third place, by the way. Yep. At least he got the first goal, though. Yes, I agree. I just said Argentina winning the 2022 World Cup wasn't rigged. I don't believe that was rigged. You could say it. I don't believe it. I think it was fair and square. But if Miami wins the Club World Cup, at some point it became the rigged tournament. The tournament became rigged if Miami wins this. The 2022 World Cup was a real tournament. It was fair. It was fair and square. Argentina won. But if Miami wins this tournament, there is no way they could win this tournament fairly. I love the MLS. I think Messi's still a damn good player. He could still beat anybody on his day, but 4 times in a row against 4 different South American and European teams. You sure about that? Maybe once? 4 times? I don't know. 2-2 between Porto and Al Ahly. It seems a little bit fishy. It seems a little bit fishy if that happened. Argentina can't win the World Cup without Messi, though. I legit believe they won fair and square. I'm talking about this. This will not be. If Miami, the group stage has been fair. All things considered. Miami winning the group, they've done it a fair way. Fairly clean, fair and square. That's out for a goal kick. Falcone with a good tackle. Like, the group stage has been all fair and square. They've done all this on their own. I'm talking about the knockout stage. You ain't getting no more Al Ahly's and Portos and Palmeirases. And Palmeiras, well, they've had a really good tournament so far. So, Miami playing forward. But beating Palmeiras is a good sign for the Botafogo game. If they still end up winning. Be a very good sign. 3-2. Al Ahly just scored. 3-2. What the hell's going on there? 3-2. Well, I mean, CONCACAF's CONCACAF. If you get screwed, it's not rigged. It's just incompetence. CONCACAF's different. You get screwed, it's incompetence. And it doesn't take any prisoners. We don't know who they want to win. It takes no prisoners. Anybody could get screwed. Anybody could get punished by CONCACAF. I don't think the Gold Cup is rigged, except for maybe, hey, Mexico-USA final, let's rig the draw. But other than that, no. Then CONCACAF just absolutely punishes anybody that CONCACAFing is different than rigged. It's incompetence. It's incompetence. 3-2 Al-Ali. Shot over the bar. Wait. Why would they think it's rigged if they want Messi to win a World Cup? Wouldn't they think it's rigged if they didn't like him? Why would pro-Messi people say it's rigged? Why? That makes no sense. Three-three. 3-3 between Porto and Al-Ali. What the hell, man? It was a good start, but it was never going to be perfect. It's way more ugly for Miami to be beating Palmeiras, though. Palmeiras are higher in the table at the Brasileirão, and also it's an MLS team whose defense has been good at the Club World Cup, but also shoddy throughout most of the season. Huh. Weird. 58th minute. Header. Headed away. Cleared away. Dear God, they're almost. Oh, it's getting close. Palmeiras are getting close. (3-3) Porto. Palmeiras não tem Mundial. Palmeiras não tem Mundial. 3-3 Porto. That'd be crazy, but I don't think. 3-3 Porto Al-Ali. Samu scored. Dear God, what a crazy game. Dear God. Miami leading 1-0. 1-0. So we got Samu. He came on and scored instantly. Ah. Is Fatma behind or? What? I'm confused. Playing forward, 59th minute. It is 3-3. Thank you, MLS website. You have it right. Good job. Yeah, Fatma's behind. Mora, Gomes, Samu. Abu Ali's had a hat trick. And he's still on. He's had a hat trick. He's still on. 60th minute. Better be man of the match. Fair enough, but the draw might be. Well, it's still a 3-3 draw for now. Right now, a draw is still not enough. Playing forward. Palmeiras, and they still got to lose by 2, I think. Yeah, well. Okay, there we go. -1. Palmeiras. Cross in, headed away. Headed on. Back to the top of the box. That's not so good. 61st minute, 1-0. Stays in. Keeps it in. Cross in. Cleared. Scuffed, but because they haven't. Because they just... It is kind of shocking. It's kind of shocking because, I mean, Costa Rica's been, what, the third best team in CONCACAF? At least were for a long time. They aren't now, but they were for a while. When Canada was down in the dumps. Cross in, headed away. Shot blocked. Segovia. Is Esteval going to Chelsea? Yeah, Esteval's going to Chelsea. Really should be cooking Miami, but, you know. Cross in. Oh. That was the one. Al-Ali Porto's crazy. Yeah. 3-3, man. Jordi Alba's coming on for Miami. Is this the first time he showed up at the Club World Cup? I think it is. Jordi Alba's coming on for Miami. There we go. Playing forward, 63rd minute. Porto's a flop. Palmeiras, second place, 4 points, runners up. Unless some other things happen. But for now, yes. Hold it. 63rd minute. How happy would you be if Chelsea sold Madueke to Arsenal? I would laugh. Arsenal getting fleeced would be funny unless Madueke went full Kai Havertz. I don't know. At least playing forward. Here comes Messi. What CONCACAF team that hasn't won a Gold Cup do you think chokes most during the finals? Panama. Panama. They've at least made a couple of finals and they've choked. I mean, one goal the last minute. They also choked at the Nations League final. This is their best golden generation and they've choked hard. Like, Panama chokes hard, though. Like, this is their golden generation. They've choked hard. Adding the Nations League, too. Suarez! Goal! Luis Suarez! Goal de Miami! Goal! 2-0! 2-0, Suarez! What a play! I didn't know he had that in him. Holy Lord! The geriatric! Wow! He still has a little bit of a bounce. A little bit of bounce left in those feet. A little bit of bounce left in those knees. He may have arthritis, but damn, it wasn't hitting him here. Woo! Boom! And that deflection, it still went in somehow. Off the hand. And boom, top bin Suarez. Turn back the clock like Navas, eh? He's heating up. He's on fire. He's heating up. He's on fire. He showed up, Luis Suarez. He's heating up. He's on fire. Well, I don't know about that, but he is heating up, I guess. Suarez. What a goal, man. Just lofted it up, let it fall, and bang. Well, I didn't know he had that in his bag, and he does. 65, 2-0, 2-0. 65th minute. It equals the number of the age of how Suarez looks when he's running. Suarez may look 65 most of the time when he plays the game of football when he's running. But this time, he got a good goal. 2-0. Wide. I can't believe he had that. Tip of the hat. Segovia off for Jordi Alba. Porto wins, they advance. Sounds like that's the case. If Porto scores, well, they'd be equal on goal differential, but goals scored. They have more goals scored than Palmeiras. So Palmeiras has to hope to anything that they believe in that Al-Ali holds on to the draw or wins. Because the goal differential for Al-Ali would still not be good enough. And Palmeiras beat them. But the fact that Palmeiras and Porto drew, if Porto scores one more goal, which would be a win, would be 0 goal differential for each team, but Porto scores the goal. I know. I'm praying to God they don't. Come on, Al Ali. Hold the hell on. Hold on. Al Ali, hold on. My Lord, let Al Ali hold on. Al Ali will hold on. Inshallah. It's now a goal-scoring race. Yep. 3-3, 63rd minute. I'm sweating. Probably because it's 83 degrees outside. The vents closed because you don't want the sound. Goal. For who? A goal, but who? For who? A goal, but for who, Henry? Al Ali. Yes! Thank you! Yes, because we need him. Did you not watch that Curacao game? There are no leaders on the pitch. David is not a leader. I love Jonathan, but he is no leader. Jonathan David is no leader. I love him. He's no leader. He is a soldier. We need a leader. Eustachio's that leader. We need him badly. It's not Davies we need. It's Eustachio. I've said this for time. I've said this for time eternal. Eustachio's the guy Canada needs. He's the metronome of that team. It's not Davies that we need. We play well without Davies. Without Eustachio, we are rudderless. I can't believe that's 6-0. That shows you how bad Honduras is. We did that without Eustachio. Then Curacao happened, and that was like, oh, yeah, that's why we need him. El Salvador sucks ass, though. I think we'll be fine, at least for the group stage. But for the knockout stage, we want to win this. The wake-up call does well enough, and Marsh is actually on the touchline tomorrow. Unless they drop the freaking suspension like hours before the game. But I think the wake-up call is enough to have Canada win tomorrow. We need Eustachio for the knockout stage. He's the reason. He's the metronome. He's who we need, not Davies. We're good without him. We don't need him. We don't need Davies. We play better without him. Eustachio's the guy we need. So. Palmeiras. Exactly. Wide. So, please, Al Ali leads 4-3. Thank God. You didn't ask a question. 4-3 Al Ali. I'm sweating bullets. Not for Miami's sake, for my sake. I'm sweating bullets. We are getting Randy Orton versus Cody, the finals. Low-ranked FIFA clubs like Urawa, Al Ain, Ulsan, Seattle, Auckland City, Tunis, Mamelodi Sundowns will never win the Club World Cup. I would agree with most cases, but Seattle actually fought hard. It's actually awesome, though. 2-0 Miami. 2-0. Where's Pepita? I have no idea where he is, if that's what you're asking. I have no idea where he is. You'll have to figure that one out yourself, because I have no idea. Good tackle by Miami. Clear the damn ball. 72nd minute. Yeah, no, it's about Palmeiras. That's the problem. It's about the second place spot. It's not about Miami. It's about the second place spot, because that still gets you through. You know how 14 groups work? Second place still gets you through. It's not about the Miami part of it. It's for Canada's sake. Porto goes through. Eustachio doesn't go back to Canada. He won't play the quarterfinal with us. If we don't beat El Salvador, that's even worse if we do. If we do beat them, fine. We might can handle, but they've been a clown car. They don't deserve to go through anyway. Porto, that be. It's more of a Canada problem than a Miami problem. It is a Canada problem. That's why I'm sweating bullets. That's why I'm sweating bullets. To be fair, everyone knows about the Club World Cup. Suarez is off for Kramashki. Interesting. Vamos CONCACAF, the first representative to get to the knockout stage. Yes, and the first ever MLS team to advance to a round deeper than the first round of a Club World Cup. Seattle Sounders could not do it either time. They couldn't beat Al Ahly. They couldn't get out of the group stage. Miami, well, they played later today. LAFC are eliminated already, even before tomorrow. Miami will be the first ever MLS team to get out of the first round that they play of a Club World Cup. Of course, Seattle played a single elimination Club World Cup and this Club World Cup and got knocked out in the first round or second round and the group stage of this one. The second round, which they had a bye to, they lost to Al Ahly. Then, of course, they lost the group stage here. LAFC got knocked out of the group stage when they lost to Tunis. Miami will be the first ever MLS team to get out of the group stage of a Club World Cup or the first round that they play. And also win the group. Not just second place. Win the group. They've been defending well the whole tournament. Did you not watch the Al Ahly game? They should have been down 3-0 at the half. They've been good. They've been waiting. They waited to the Club World Cup to defend. Put it like that. They've been defending well, which is weird. I didn't expect that at all. But do you think Chelsea should win tomorrow? Yes. Miami's actually defending. Yeah. Well, just because, Messi. Like, sure, but have you seen how they did during the playoffs last year? So they broke the points record. They won the Shield, then got knocked out the first round by Atlanta. They lost the Champions Cup twice. If they were juiced, they would have won the CONCACAF Champions Cup at least one of the past 2 years. Yes, they have Messi. Yes, they have his friends. Are they juiced? No. We thought they were going to get smacked around until they woke up a little bit, like the last 2 games before the Club World Cup. The Columbus games when they really woke up. They've been good ever since. They started the season good, they woke up. They had a really bad, 8-10 games in the middle there. Still won the Shield. Yeah. And Fafa Pico is about to come on. Looks like Baltazar Rodriguez as well for Miami. Yep. Still won the Shield. And the only reason it mattered is because FIFA went and said, hey, that's why you're in the Club World Cup. They made it actually matter. I can't believe I saw today the Shield actually matters. Well, okay, no. The Shield mattered in 2017. I'm not biased, it's true. Because when you win the Shield as an MLS team, and then you win the MLS Cup and finish the job and do both, which is very rare, it matters. So it mattered in 2017. See, the Red Bull Shields don't matter because they never won the MLS Cup when they won the Shield. But Toronto FC, when they won the Shield, they won the Cup. It mattered because they got the job done. And they won a damn treble, so... Well, at least they got the MLS Cup job done. The CONCACAF job they didn't get done, but, you know. They did get the job done of the 2017 season. The treble. They didn't get the CONCACAF job done, but, you know. Yeah, I agree. See, that's what I was saying earlier. You weren't here. Well, I don't know. Maybe you didn't comment. But that's what I was saying earlier. Every other league goes by table standings. If you go the European thought process, Miami should be here. The problem is that they didn't even wait till MLS Cup. As soon as Miami lifted that shield, they were like, they got the shield and have the MLS points record. They will host the Club World Cup in Miami in 2025. It's the way they did it. It's the way they did it. Now, if you waited till MLS Cup and then did a play-in, a playoff between LA and Miami the week after, because you could have, because it was either in LA or Miami, because they're both warm climates, you could have done an extra week of games, played them against each other, winner goes to the Club World Cup. I think it would have been a lot fairer, but they didn't wait. Because they either thought, hey, points record, Miami's going to win the cup. That never happens. Well, rarely, I should say, a certain club did do it. A certain club did get the points record and then won the shield and won the cup. But rarely. LAFC broke the points record, won the shield, didn't win the cup. Atlanta did it the year after, or New York Red Bulls did it the year after. When we broke the record, they won the shield, didn't win the cup. Armas blew the Eastern Conference final. Let me cook. Let me cook. Revolution broke the points record, won the shield, didn't win the cup. Cincinnati broke the points record, won the shield, didn't win the cup. Miami, points record, shield, didn't win the cup. Toronto did, though. And then we did it the next year. Well, Can-Cham, Supporter Shield, MLS Cup. We did it the next year, though. Yeah, you could have been the first to win the domestic treble. You didn't. Then Toronto did it the next year. I'm sorry we beat you to the punch. I know how it feels. I know how it feels. Seattle is the bane of my existence. Well, do you realize? There's a reason why I hate Seattle as much as a Portland fan does. There's a reason. There's a reason. Shot. Goal. Palmeiras. Palmeiras. Paulinho. 10 minutes to go. Palmeiras slots one home. Paulinho. What a mistake by Miami. And that's their second goal against of the tournament. Their first open play goal against. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. Is Messi being Messi again? Not yet. Yeah, but who won the MLS Cup after doing it? Toronto FC. So it means more for us, even though it got broken 5 times after. But either way, and then the next time we break the points record, we will win the cup again. Might have to call the Pirate to do it, but no, you have to. To break the points record? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, you have to. But you have to call the Pirate to do that. But win the cup, maybe somebody else could do that. Oh, yeah, Paulinho, 80 minutes, thank you. (2-1). A mistake by Miami leads to Paulinho slotting it home. 9 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Can Miami hold on to the win? It would hurt now if they couldn't. Suarez may have just saved their ass unexpectedly. 2-1. Because they put him on the squad. Because they named Eustáquio to the Gold Cup squad, hoping Porto is the clown card that we've seen them be for the past 6 months. Like, they talked to Eustáquio and said, hey, we'll put you on the Gold Cup squad if you're able to return later down the line during the tournament if Porto gets eliminated. How about you come back? And he said, sure. Because I guess also Porto's not as big of a club as a Madrid or such. So it was an okay bet to say maybe they won't go deep. He could at least play a game or two for Canada later on in the knockout stage, which so far looks like the case. Because they named him to the squad. They named him to the Gold Cup squad. Smartly, of course. Tajon wasn't there because, well, he's getting loaned out. So they let him go to the Gold Cup. He got to go to the Gold Cup because he's getting loaned out. He's not part of the squad. He's owned by them, but he's getting loaned out. So he's at the Gold Cup for that reason. Thank God. Thank God. I hate to see what we'd be without him. Playing forward is Palmeiras. I mean, he was one of the big reasons why we beat Honduras 6-0. Shot. Save. 83rd minute. 2-1. 2-1. Vamos, Miami. But it's a domestic treble. It is a trophy. It is a tournament. It is a MLS-sanctioned tournament. It might be easier to win, especially back then, and still is easier to win than Open Cup, but it still was a domestic treble. Get mad at MLS. They sanctioned the tournament. They count it as real. CONCACAF sanctions the tournament. They count it as real. It is on the level of the U.S. Open Cup. It is the Canadian version. It is the domestic cup. It is a professional domestic cup. It counts. If it didn't send you to CONCACAF or MLS didn't acknowledge it, then I'd agree with you. But they called it, MLS called it a domestic treble for Toronto in 17. They even did, which is shocking considering I don't think they liked how Toronto was doing the league. But they counted it. So even if they counted it, MLS, who doesn't give a shit about teams unless they're the ones that you're the one that they love, because at the time, Galaxy, at the time, Atlanta, Toronto wasn't one of the favorites. Fafa Pico saved by Weverton. So they counted it. So Miami could beat Botafogo. Yes, Miami clears 85th minute. Still 4-3 for Al Ahly. Yes. Because it was 10-day window. It's hard to get deals done that aren't loan deals because you could keep the player. Like, you could sign a player and keep them. Well, Chelsea did. That's how they got Delap. They got that permanent signing done during the 10-day window. I think the loan deals might have actually been harder. I mean, Cristiano, it was really, you know what it really was for? I'm not saying FIFA told people, hey, this is really what it's for, but because some teams used it. But I think what the 10-day window was really for was like, hey, we got to find a way to get Cristiano to play this tournament. And then he said, no, I'm not doing it. Then he said, no, I'm not doing it. I think Cristiano legitimately saying, I'm not doing it. And that's exactly what that window was for, was to get Cristiano to play this tournament. And then when he said, I'm not doing it, a lot of those Glory Hunter signings didn't happen. A lot of them didn't happen. I think Cristiano kind of influenced that to happen, was because if he did go to the Club World Cup and sign one of those Glory Hunter deals, I think a lot more people would have done it. Now, there were some deals during that 10-day window that happened that were full-time deals, like Delap. That happened. That got done then. Asugo, I think, also got done then. I mean, well, LAFC did get Javaro, and they might get him again if they give Buanga to America, which, sure. Trent, too. Oh, yeah. Trent, yeah, that happened, too, but that was early. That was a free contract that they paid $10 million to make sure they got him for the Club World Cup. Which, weirdly enough, shot, goal! Goal for Palmeiras, Mauricio! scores 2-2. It's a draw. It's a draw. Palmeiras. Miami bottled it. Miami bottled it. No way. They bottled first place. A 2-0 lead. And a banger from Palmeiras, Mauricio. I don't know if you can take that one away. They jinxed it. Headed down. Shot. Yeah, there was nothing to beat that. How in the world did Miami let this happen? They absolutely crashed back down to earth. That's what happened. Palmeiras have been pushing for 80 minutes. What'd you expect? Like, Palmeiras have been pushing for a goal for 80 minutes. This was bound to happen. Score effects. Mauricio. 88th minute. Can Messi pull out a bullshit penalty? 2-2, dos. A banger of a shot. It's 2-2. And Miami kicks off. Can they find a way to get a bullshit penalty? Right to Weverton. Dumps it. Miami versus PSG. Miami can still make first, just can't lose. Yeah, but they only have, like, what, 6 minutes? 6 minutes? Bottle job. I mean, they got what they deserved. They got what they deserved. They parked the bus for 70-something minutes. They got what they deserved. Even with the Suarez goal, they still got what they deserved. Score effects happened. 2 mistakes, especially one on the first goal, slotted home, and then a banger. They got what they deserved. They got a little bit too cocky. 2-2. Porto does really look bad right now. There's a lot of Palmeiras fans in the stadium. Yeah, that doesn't hurt. Well, Palmeiras at least. Falcon. Oh, he got dropped. Header. He went down like a sack of potatoes. Shot over the bar. Goal kick. Why would Miami want to play PSG? Well, I don't think they want to, but they might have to. I don't think they want to, but they might have to. Unless, well, FIFA does some bullshit. At least FIFA does. Unless FIFA does some bullshit. Just wait. Just push the ball forward and cause a penalty. Maybe they'll call it. Playing forward. Here comes Miami. Messi. Alba. Cross. Messi. Fafa Pico. Kromashki. Foul. Offside. Yeah, 20 shots on goal, 2 goals. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. 20 shots. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 20 shots against. Of course you allow 2 goals. Again, they did it to themselves. Miami better not give up. Well, right now, even if Palmeiras lost, they'd still advance. Out for a Miami throw with 3 minutes to go. It's been a horrible week for Seattle, yeah. Throw in. Playing forward. Can Miami find an answer? Rodriguez. Miami versus PSG. Oh, they're going to lose. If that happens, they're going to lose. There ain't no way you could rig that. Botafogo! They're not. No. Well, I mean, Seattle only beat them 3-0, or Seattle only got beat 3-0. I don't. Well, I feel bad for them for the Sonics, but the Sounders, no. No. Allen is down. Out for a throw. A throw for Palmeiras. And it's getting chippy. Allen. 2-2. A minute and a half to go. 4-4. Well, at least Palmeiras. 4-4 between Porto and Al-Ahly. Jesus. Porto equalized 4-4. Damn. Miami, how about you go forward, damn it? Push the ball forward. Would be nice. Falcon. Messi. Through to Rodriguez. Free kick for Palmeiras. 3:32. Porto plays backwards to their keeper with 10 seconds to go. Pep score for Porto. 3:55. Oh no. Shot saved. Rebound. Busquets. Shot saved. They saved the draw. And it's full time, 2-2. A draw between Miami and Palmeiras that honestly, Miami should have held on, but they didn't. But that's what happens when you let a team shoot 22 times after you score the first goal. Palmeiras moves on to play Botafogo. That'll be cinema. And Miami plays PSG. Yeah, they're getting killed. They're getting killed. Miami did it to themselves. Yep. Worst thing to happen is that goal came early. That Allende goal came early. Maybe if it came a little bit later, maybe like 10 minutes later, who's to say, right? 2 goals wasn't enough. With that being said, Palmeiras wins Group A. Miami, the second place team. And the draw, the good news is even though Porto and Al-Ahly are still playing, another goal doesn't matter. That would only be 4 points for the winner. Porto, Al-Ahly, or Miami, and Palmeiras are through. 2-2 draw. 2-2 esta noche. With that being said, yeah, they're screwed. Let's see. How much excuse me. PSG's revenge on Messi. It'd be funny if he beat him anyway. It'd be funny if he beat him anyway. That won't happen, but it'd be funny. It would be funny. (4-4). Palmeiras, Miami will advance. Let's see the final whistle blow for Porto versus Al-Ahly. 4 minutes to go of that game. Well, they still advanced. So, yes, it is. It's the first ever MLS team to advance to the next round of the Club World Cup in either format. It's historic, even though they pissed their pants. More MLS versus Brazil. Miami are through. Porto or Palmeiras are through as well. Porto and Al-Ahly are playing for some more points. Eustáquio's come back to Canada. Let's go. Miami may have choked. Eustachio's come back to Canada. Lovely. Lovely. Garber, please get rid of the salary cap. Exactly. 3 minutes to go. Halfway through stoppage time of the Porto Al-Ali game because why not? 4-4. 4-4. 4-4. Miami drew 2-2. They advance. MLS Copa Libertadores in the future? I hope so. Or also what David said. Do that. 8 MLS teams, 8 Mexican teams, 8 Brazilian teams, 8 Argentinian teams. 1 team per group from each league. And absolutely let them just absolutely beat the ever-loving hell out of each other. Saved. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I love that idea too. Trying to see how many of these. All right, boom. All right. Playing forward past the post. 2 minutes to go for the Porto Al-Ali game. We know Miami has finished second. Yes. Palmeiras advanced. Al-Ali did not finish first. Porto did not. Well, actually, they might finish third. Miami did not finish third, but they advanced. Okay. 5 minutes. But I agree with that. That'd be awesome. But we know Miami. We know Miami's going to play PSG. Palmeiras, Botafogo. One more, 30 more seconds. Leagues Cup 2027. It should be 4-4. Yep. Miami's representing the MLS well. Well, they shouldn't have pissed their pants, but CONCACAF meets CONMEBOL. I like that idea. Yeah. I think it's a different Pepe, not the Portuguese, or at least the old one. He's retired. The old one's retired. And it's 4-4 between Porto and Al-Ali, which means Porto finishes third, Al-Ali finishes fourth. So even Porto couldn't finish fourth, so that's wrong. They did get eliminated, though, but which I said would happen. So, yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, it's not the retired one. Bet you Columbus could have beaten Palmeiras. We'll never know. Well, new pen. Wassam Abu Ali, the player of the match for Al-Ali. So, with that being said, All right. Boom. Yep. Porto Alali drew. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it was a no. So Alali, Atletico. PSG advances. That would still be Palmeiras is. They finished. But yeah, we'll do that. Or yeah, hold on. 1. So wrong side. Okay, there we go. All right. Waiting for, let me finish this and then boom. That means Porto is 3rd. Alali is 4th. Porto, Alali are out. Boom. All right, good. Palmeiras, Botafogo. Miami versus PSG. That's what we got for the first 2 knockout stage ties of the Club World Cup. Miami draws with Palmeiras, and that does it for them. They're through. Monterrey, the last opportunity for CONCACAF team to qualify. I think they will, but we'll find out. We'll be live for that game during a double on Wednesday night. We'll see it happen, and double review. I don't know. Yep, you're probably right. Monterrey will likely advance. With that being said, I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. Felicidades, Miami y Palmeiras. Commiserations, Porto Alali. Congratulations to Miami and Palmeiras for advancing. Commiserations to Porto and Alali. Review for the game will be out within the hour. I'll see you then. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Since that's on the live streams. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour. Miami gets the job done, even though they almost blew it. They did blow the win, but they didn't blow the advancement, which even with a draw, they still wouldn't have. Or losing the game, they still wouldn't have. But it's better to draw, I guess. But there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.